Virgo, hello there, my beautiful friends. We're going to do your general tarot reading for late January 2024. Thank you so much for joining me today. You know, I appreciate each and every single one of you. So let's get right down to business, as always, and start you off with an oracle card here, just so we could dip our toes into the energy and see what's happening for the lovely Virgos. Hope you're all doing fabulous and fantastic, my friends. Let's get it going, my guides. Talk to me about my good friends here as we are moving into Aquarius season, my friends. Let's see what's up. And yeah, we're just going to take a real quick look at this first card. Then we'll get into the full reading itself. And at the very end, I'll pull you a bonus card from the Shadowland Tarot, just to see what might be in the shadows or what shadow work you can lean in on, which is always interesting. But let's get it going here. Let's rock and see what we got for Virgo. Late January, please, and thank you. What's happening, my guides? All right, nice and quick. Okay. Oh, all right. So there is a big focus type of energy, and this is one of your power cards to me when I see it in this specific oracle deck, and I say it in every reading where this alchemist pops up. It does remind me of the hermit. So for a lot of you, there could be a big self-focus in this time, which is not a bad thing whatsoever. But we'll get back down to the nitty-gritty on that in a moment. Before we do, though, if you're new here, I'll be speaking about the January subscriber surprise towards the end, so you might want to check that out. Also, if you could kindly illuminate that like button by tapping it right on its third eye, you know, I'd greatly appreciate it. But enough of the promo, into the reading. Let's talk about this alchemist a little bit. So whenever it shows up in a reading, like I was already saying, I do link this with the Virgo collective. So this is extra powerful when we see it in a Virgo reading. Notice we have this individual, they have the alchemical symbol for the sun right on their third eye, looking at that potion, very intense focus type of energy here, which could be good. So since this is one of your cards, to me, there might be a big focus on yourself or something you're creating. A lot of you could be in active manifestation mode as well. If not, Spirit could be telling you, like, hey, Virgo, focus your energy, focus your power. You could really bring something into being here. So this is a very good card for that. It also shows up sometimes when someone's focus might be on you as well. So for a portion of you, that could be it. Maybe there is someone, even if you don't see it physically, there could be someone who has a big focused energy moving towards you, which could be very intriguing. Another portion of you might just be in hermit mode, right? Nothing wrong with doing that. It's the time of the year up here in this hemisphere, at least. But we're just going to put our alchemist friend down there. Let's get into tarot. And yeah, I always say the first card, it doesn't make or break the reading. It's just a little footnote. So let's get you 3 cards in the upright before we get into the intuitive juiciness. Let's shuffle it up one time for my lovely Virgos here, late January. And while we get the deck shuffled up and ready, let's talk about last week's reading. So the ending that was showing up in last week's reading, I'm hoping a lot of you really haven't had to contend with it, because the reading was titled A Big Ending. Whether it's one that you've still been holding on to that's already happened, whether it's one that just recently happened, it was a bit of a tough one for us to contend with last week, and that energy could still bleed over. So for a lot of you, there may be a healing journey you're on, but obviously, you know, energies are very fluid. It's never set in stone. So you only take readings how they hit for you. We're going to see what we have for you this week, right? Let's see what's happened. Let's get these cards out here. 3 to start us for Virgo. Yeah, but last week it was a lot happening in the energy. So maybe we'll get a positive one. All right, the Hanged Man. Yeah, this seems to be the card of the week for a lot of the earth signs. This is another card that some readers do link with you. I know classically everyone always says Hermit, but we'll talk more about this Hanged Man in a moment. Let's get 2 more. There's a big focus on self for a lot of you in this time. Big analytical, critical type of energy. All right, now we do have a little bit of mystery here as well. We have the 2 of Swords. Yeah, we're going to have to talk about this for sure. Let's get that up here as straight as possible. Let's get one more out here. So we have a card of you. We have a card of mystery. There's a lot happening here. Okay. All right. So we have the Wheel of Fortune here. This is a very sudden moving type of energy and action that we are absolutely going to need to break down further. You also have a bonus this week, my friends. We have the 10 of Cups. Beautiful. So yeah, Virgo, let's go through. I'll give you some of the classical meanings and archetypes, then we'll get into the juicy intuitive stuff. But if you kind of look here in the box, at first look, first glance, we do have a few different things going on here, right? We have double major arcana here. We have some really good cards. We have some cards that are classically seen as challenging. So there's a bit of a mixed bag here. We have the good luck charm. We have mystery. it's like we have a little bit of everything. Elementally, we have some air, we have some water going on. So there's a lot of energy at play. Let's go through one by one and really start to build this out. Position number one, we do have the Hanged Man. Now, as I already mentioned, this is a card that some readers link with the Scorpio collective. There's also readers that do link this to Virgo as well. So I'll give you that for this reading, since we also had the Hermit. There is this self-focus for a lot of you in this time, whether you're working on yourself, maybe there's certain things that are going on, thoughts you're having, behavior, whatever it might be. There's just a focus on self when this card is here. In my simplistic style, it could tell us when we clarify it, something that could be coming towards you, a way you might be feeling. But aside from that, when I see the Hanged Man, it's a retracted, pulled back type of energy. It's not really moving. It's standing its ground. There could be something, like we were seeing with the card in the very beginning, there might be something that is under your microscope. There could be something that's taken up a lot of your focus. You could be taking up someone else's focus as well. So I always say this is similar to the Page of Swords, where it's a planner, it's a strategizer, but at the same time, it's also a watcher. Like, all right, I'm going to keep tabs on this. I'm going to see what's going on, how this is working out. Not necessarily bad. Another thing I see with the Hanged Man, it's a card of self-sacrifice. So often this card comes out for people when they're putting the interests of others ahead of themselves. Okay, so even though we have this self-focus, there could also be like, all right, well, as long as they're happy, as long as they're good, you might be that type of caring individual where like you put people ahead of yourself, and not in a selfish way. Moving to the center though, and it could be any of those things, it could be none of those things. You just take what hits for you. Position number two, we have the Two of Swords. Intriguing, okay? So classically, as with all twos, it could link into partnerships, choices, decisions, and being at a crossroads of some sort. The Two of Swords specifically, a lot of readers do link this into confusion, not being able to make a choice, being blindsided by something or not understanding something, whether it's the motives or an individual, whatever it might be. There could be something that just doesn't jive logically. But to me, I link this with mystery. Right, this is a big card of mystery, the unknown, the unseen. So the clarifier for this is going to be really important, because it could tell us something that you don't quite see in the energy just yet, or maybe there was something recently that kind of blindsided you when this card is here. So we'll really need to dig into this further. I don't always give this like a rough and tough meaning. And that could go double because we have a very fast moving card right next to it. Let's grab this wheel, put this Two of Swords right back where it belongs. Now, position number three, my friends, we have the Wheel of Fortune. Beautiful energy. I always say this is my four-leaf clover of the tarot deck. So regardless of all the other meanings, this could be luck turning in your favor. This could be a change in your favor as well. I always say you might want to play the lottery when this card comes out. Luck is going to be on your side in regards to something. Now, it does also represent karmic things. It can represent karmic cycles, the cycles of life that we all live through, the beginning, the ending, the never-ending repeating cycle. But I really love this card. Like, there's a Jupiter energy attached to it, right? It's like kind of like a lucky guardian angel type of vibe, which is really good. But once again, sudden. This could be things coming in suddenly. This could be things changing fast or suddenly, especially next to a card of the unexpected or the surprising. So we're really going to want to dig deeper on all this stuff. And for some of you, it could be simple. It could just be a karmic thing, okay? Hopefully a good karmic thing, right? Maybe it's a karmic blessing. But moving to the very back end, you have a bonus. You have the Ten of Cups, one of the most beautiful cards in the whole entire deck. This is a card of wish fulfillment. Happiness, emotional fulfillment. This is really, really good, especially when we have our good luck charm here. So it's like we have these possible challenging energies, but get better as we move through. So this is nice. Another thing with the Ten of Cups, it could represent the home. So situations involving the home, could be situations involving family, but we're going to leave that as is. It's another footnote. I want to dive deeper on all of it. Let's jump in and clarify. All right. Let's get a good shuffle here for my Virgos, please. Yeah, the deck is jumping out of my hands there, my friends. Let's get it going here. My gods, what's happening? Add that one to the blooper reel. And yes, this is where I go intuitive with the message, which means I just tell you how it feels to me. So feel free to do further research or rely on your base knowledge of tarot, because as you know, every single reading is about the reader's interpretation, and I'm just giving you mine. What's going on that Hanged Man? And yes, if you're a reader yourself, please feel free to play along. That's why the box is here. If you're feeling any messages that you want to give to Virgo, you could drop it right in the comments. I don't mind at all. I will not be offended. All right, why is this Hanged Man in the mix? Thank you. All right, yeah, so there is that self-focus. For some of you, you really do need to take care of yourself, watch out for yourself. You might need a rest, a break, or a pause of some sort, which is not necessarily always bad, but there is not a lot of action starting us off here. So that's why I'm a little more intrigued with what's to come within the reading with the Two of Swords and all this rapid movement. So the Four of Swords, hopefully none of you are having issues sleeping at night. Right? For a portion of you, that could be it with this card. Like, you might be having issues sleeping, you might be having weird dreams, vivid dreams. Pay attention to your dreams in this time when this card is here. But to me, it is someone that needs a pause, they need a break, they need to recuperate their energy. That's a big thing I'm picking up right here in the front, and it's very simplistic. Once again, even though there's not a lot of physical movement here, I'm getting a huge energetic focus here. Okay, so there's still, even though there's not a lot of action happening or starting, there's a huge like laser focused energy. So there could be someone you are very much focused on, or someone that could be focused on you still. So just know you might be under someone's microscope, even if you're not doing anything out of the ordinary. That's the vibe I'm picking up. So I feel like it's one or the other. Yeah, there might be someone keeping tabs or watching on you, even if you're just living life as usual. But yeah, please, this rest, this break period, whatever it might be, could be really positive for you. We're just going to keep it moving. I'm not going to complicate it. I feel like that's a very simple, straightforward type of energy. For some of you, you might just need a little break of some sort, right? And it doesn't just have to be romance and connection and stuff. It could be literal, like you might need a vacation. Let's keep moving. I know Virgos are very hardworking individuals, okay? You know, I say it every week. There's tons of Virgos in my personal life. I know how you guys rock. So let's see what's up with that Two of Swords. What's going on here? Really want to get over to that wheel as well, because it's like we're at a stone cold stop up here. We'll see how it all plays. Boom, the kaboom, the explosive energy right here. All right, so just when you think something's peaceful, just when you think something's quiet, like it's giving me that vibe, Virgo. We have the Five of Wands in the upright underneath this Two of Swords. So for some of you, yeah, this could be an explosive conflict or problem of some sort. So please beware of that. Just when you think something is like really quieted down, it comes in like a bat out of hell. For a lot of you, that could be the case. Now, the Five of Wands, yeah, sometimes it could be people roughhousing, joking, playing around. When I see it under here, I think best case scenario, there might be someone who is like a little mentally conflicted about something, literally with this card. So it's like, oh yeah, well, I don't know if I should do this. I don't know if I should do that. It's like someone beating themselves up in their own head or having a mental conflict. But in here, like the fire, the air, we have air here as well. That's the spark plug, that's the kaboom. So I did say there could be either a surprising or an explosive problem that you should watch out for here. This could be a warning, okay, that things could be very volatile. Things might seem a little peaceful. It might seem a little quiet from someone's end, but it could go from 0 to 100 real quick, okay? I hate to use the exact quote from that song, but that's the vibe I'm picking up. Stone cold stop, kaboom. So let's keep moving forward. Although it's quiet now, the energy is still very explosive. So I would take that as a warning. It doesn't have to be bad, right? If you're looking for some action, if you're looking for some change, maybe you like this. Maybe that's what you want, right? Maybe you want that spark plug. Okay, it all really depends. Let's go in on that wheel. Then we'll do a quick recap before we get into the shadow card. I'm the messenger, my friends. Interesting stuff this week, though. So why is the wheel here for Virgo? What's happening? Thank you. Okay. And I mean, you'll be fine regardless of what happens. We have the Emperor in the upright, big Aries energy showing up here for you, my friends. Okay, now the Emperor usually gets a bit of a bad rap in the tarot community, I've noticed. It does link to the zodiac sign of Aries, and it doesn't have to be bad, specifically in the upright. He is the divine masculine counterpart to the Empress. So whereas she represents the blessings, the nature, the abundance, this one is big boss type of energy. This is someone who's calling the shots, they're taking control, they're taking the reins. So I absolutely love how this all goes in the end. Doesn't matter how quick or how suddenly things pop up or how suddenly things are changing or if there are explosive problems, it doesn't matter, because I feel like you have the energy about you, especially in this time, to keep things on lock. Okay, for some of you, you could be extra entrepreneurial in this time, but I'm just getting that big boss energy, and not a bad thing. In this time, obviously, watch out for issues with any older divine masculine figures. Watch out for issues with power figures as well, like bosses and principals, like things like that. Anyone that sits in a seat of power when we have the Emperor. But once again, you might have their favor as well. So I would say for some Virgos, with this Emperor, this wheel, this 10 of Cups, you might gain the favor of a powerful figure as well. And that's an off-the-wall message. I don't think I've ever given that message in my time as a tarot reader, and I'm picking it up for a lot of you. You might be able to gain the favor of someone who's in a seat of power, aside from you just being able to keep stuff on lock, okay? Regardless of what this warning is or the problems or things that are popping up, I think you're going to be able to roll with the punches, flow with the punches as well. And it's like, all right, you're protected. This is really nice. So let's go through and do a quick recap. Then we'll get into the shadow card real quick. An intriguing reading this week with a lot of little twists, my friends, but let's go through before we get the shadow. Position number 1, we are at a stone cold stop here. We have the Hanged Man, a card that could represent you, with the 4 of Swords in the upright. So some of you, yeah, maybe you're taking some time to yourself. Maybe you're taking some time to rest. That could be very much necessary. Very quiet, very calm. Could this be the calm before the storm? Possibly. Watch your dreams in this time. Could be getting a lot of interesting things, but there is something linked to rest and taking care of yourself. Very important. Moving to the center, we do have the 2 of Swords, and I did also in the front pick up someone that could be watching or paying attention. Kind of picked that up here on the back. But in the center, we have the 2 of Swords with the 5 of Wands in the upright. So just when you think things are quiet, just when you think things calm down, we have this kaboom show up right here. So yes, of course, it could be an explosive warning or an explosive or unexpected problem showing up here in the center. But once again, I don't feel like this is anything that will knock you down. Moving to the back end, we do have the Wheel of Fortune with the Emperor in the upright. Beautiful stuff. So whatever pops up, you could handle it. You got this. Even if you don't think you do, you got this, my friends. It's someone who has the plan in their hands. It's beautiful stuff. But I do see the volatile energy in the front end. And I did also say a lot of you could be very much protected, or you could gain the favor of someone who's in power. So very good. Please take a screenshot, Virgo. Let's get you a shadow card here. Let's see what's in the shadows for Virgo. That was different, but in a good way, my friends. Let's see what's happening. What do we got? And yes, I always like to pull one shadow card at the very end. You already know that. I think it's a nice thing to do just to see whether it's something within you or something you don't quite see. Shadow card does not have to always be a challenge, though. Sometimes it could be a good thing coming your way. Let's get your one. And yes, if you've made it to this point in the reading, please feel free to check out channel memberships. I'll put a link for it down in the comments below. It's a beautiful way to support the channel, and I love and appreciate all my channel members out there. Thank you, my friends. Obviously, no pressure. But let's get you a shadow card. What is in the shadows? Thank you. Okay. All right, yeah, the 5 of Wands. We have a repeat of this card that we have right here, so it is Spirit kind of given a double, I will use the word warning, but this card, the classical meanings of it could be some sort of conflict, right? I did say there's a determined energy here as well, where someone's going to keep pushing. They got this, they got the fight in them. They're going to keep things moving, which can be nice. But this is a card of conflict. You see, there's 5 people literally beating the crap out of each other with sticks here. So in this time, watch out for the conflict. We saw it in the reading, and it's being reiterated here within the shadows again. Whether you have conflicted feelings, conflicted thoughts or emotions, it could be showing up. Or there is literally a conflict that's going to be coming. So it's just showing up here double. I got to pass along the message to you, my friends. But that's what I have for you this week. Don't click away just yet, though. I'm going to give you the details. The January subscriber surprise. For the January subscriber surprise, I'm giving away 2 copies of the beautiful Tarot of the Owls tarot deck. It's one of my favorite new decks out there. So if you'd like to get your name in for that, it's 2 simple things. As always, my friends. First, you must be subscribed. And second, let me know down in the comments, what are one of your biggest goals for this year that we just entered into? You'll be entered to win, and at the end of the month, I'll announce the winners in my community tab at random. As always, my friends, much love, and I'll see you again soon.